Yeah.
Hi everyone, I am so excited to go live today, have our guest on. This interview has been a long time coming. He's been on my radar for over a year now. I know we've been talking about getting together and doing an interview, so I'm so glad that we finally were able to arrange something formally. Hi everyone coming in, hello. Those of you that are joining us right now, we are about to have Rashon Massey on. He owns MICOPEIA. I hope that's how you pronounce it. We'll get all the details for that in a little bit, but in my opinion, he has like the best videos out there for his CBD products, and I can't wait to find out what his background is. And here he is, and a little bit about so talented on so many aspects. So let's find out more about him. Hi, Leaf of Faith moms. Hello.
Ooh, these are some nice things you are saying, lady.
You know, on a Tuesday, you know.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
Catch me on a Sunday, I'll be even, you know, more enlightened.
Come on. Look, I couldn't pass up this lighting, though. Look at this. Can you talk
I
about
know. Gosh, I'm a little jealous.
Come on there. How are you doing today?
Oh, gosh, I am so well. Thank you so much for asking.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on. Thank you so much. You know,
Oh,
this means the world to me. This means the world to me. You know, I appreciate you, and, you know, I've been watching you for a long time. You are quite the canna queen and quite the wellness queen and advocate. You know, you've taught me a great deal, and this is a big honor. It's a big honor.
well,
So
it's a long time coming, as I was just
tea.
saying. Oh my gosh, thank you all of you that are joining us today. Happy Tuesday. Seriously, this is so amazing. Oh my gosh, we love you, Kristen. This whole community loves you. And thank you, those of you that keep coming in. Rashon, why don't we just start this off and you can tell us a little bit about yourself and then we'll just go from there.
Sure. I'm gonna just adjust this a little bit up. Here we go.
Oh yeah, bring in that sunlight, whatever you want to do.
There we go. Just a little bit more on that action. Alrighty. Well, my name is Rashon Massey. I am from Detroit, Michigan, but I was born in Chicago, Illinois. And I am the founder of MICOPEIA and MichiganPharmacopeia.com. MICOPEIA is an all-natural and organic wellness and body care company that I founded after I was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder called schwannomatosis. I was diagnosed with that in 2016, and that's a condition where I grow tumors on the linings of nerves. And it's a pretty
painful.
rare condition. It's a rare form of neurofibromatosis, and that's a form you also might have heard of that as NF1 or NF2. It's also known as elephant man's disease.
Oh,
so,
I have heard of that. Yes. Yeah. Wait, there's a movie about that, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, there is.
Oh my gosh,
Academy Award-winning film, starring John Hurt. And it's crazy because I was like obsessed with that movie growing up, and then I was diagnosed with a rare form of it. And it's a 1 in 40,000 condition. And I was diagnosed in 2016, but I did not know about this. I just lived with chronic pain from the time I was 18. So I wasn't diagnosed until I was like 30, 31. So it was, it's been a long journey. And throughout that journey, definitely cannabis and hemp-based wellness has been a friend along the way.
No, really,
so
yeah.
It just,
sorry, guys.
It just happened to be that, you know, life would turn out and I could then help out others. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. That happens.
Oh yeah, so I'm trying to pin your name here so that people are coming in can know who I'm talking to. I'm just going to do your brand so that they know who to follow.
Oh, sure.
Okay,
sure.
There you go. Because I misspelled your name in the first one and it was already sent, and we're just going to go from there. Okay. So wow, so you were like a patient before you were a producer in the cannabis industry.
For sure. I always call myself patient zero anytime I'm like meeting new people, because seriously, like, this is a journey that my family, myself, we've all seen this. You know, I was like in high school, much like your amazing transformation, I was once 260 pounds. Yeah, very, very heavy. And I was like I said, I started feeling chronic pain when I was 17.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like in a weightlifting class in high school, and I just right in my right knee started hurting, and throughout my 20s I would learn about plant-based wellness. Obviously I would start using cannabis more, and then that journey brought me here.
Wow. That's amazing. And you work with mushrooms as well, in addition
Of
to,
course.
yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
tell me about that. Was that something that was introduced by a friend? Was that something that you've always been interested in?
Well, the mushroom journey has been kind of side by side.
Okay, I like that.
Like the chronic pain happened. Although when I was in high school, it was kind of like a dish, like I was introduced to it recreationally.
Mm-hmm.
It was very much known in my classes and things like that. Like Rashon just can't do certain things. Like, like Rashon can't lift heavy certain things. Like his body just doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? So
Oh my
we also
gosh.
knew that cannabis was helping take some kind of edge off. That was very apparent,
Even at a young age.
At a very young age,
Wow.
my family knew. So I think because I allowed myself to be patient zero, because I allowed my testimony to lead the way, I really know that just my journey has been such a huge influence in destigmatizing cannabis and the understanding of how to use this herb for its medicinal purposes for my family and friends. And then, psilocybin, college. You know what I mean? Like just like the end of the movie Boyhood.
Yeah, if you can get through college and not see
psilocybin,
psilocybin, then wow.
Right? It just kind of happened like that. And psilocybin showed up, and that just kind of opened my mind and opened my consciousness to more. I've always been a compassionate person, first of all. Like, my name is Rashon. It means bright sun. My middle name is Amayel. It means God's helper. So
No
like,
way.
kind of a part of who I am. I'm pretty often just a kind, sunny, positive, optimistic person. So, psilocybin just, I think, really drove the gumption of what I needed in this lifetime to say, okay, I can pursue maybe this path a bit more openly. I can kind of explore this. Psilocybin also happened with music festivals and Bonnaroo. And when I was really heavy into the music industry, working as a marketing figure too. So
there it is.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I still work today as a foundation board member, as well as the social media manager and fundraising manager for Big Sean at his nonprofit, the Sean Anderson Foundation in Detroit.
Oh my
So
gosh, you guys are amazing out there.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you. We really try. We really are.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yes. So, okay, you already had cannabis. You obviously graduated from high school, and I don't know if you pursued college or whatnot, but you ended up getting into marketing. And so you were able to translate your skill set when you decided to start your cannabis industry. Is that how you create those QVC like videos? Do you think?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's all. I remember when I joined the foundation, like literally meeting Big Sean and his family, the end of my 20s, being diagnosed, that was a turning point. And I think this is really important because, I really kind of also want to use this opportunity to connect further with you, because I see exactly what you're doing with mindfulness. And that's so important. And Ram Dass, who just passed away.
Oh, I was going to bring him up today, so I'm so glad you did.
Come on, you know what's up? Fierce Grace. Fierce Grace literally changed that man's life, right? He had one life, hit with a stroke. People say, oh God, what are you going to do? Fierce Grace, okay? So for my life, there was a lot of uncertainty, darkness, but from the moment I had chronic pain, my dad told me, hey, don't look at this as a setback. Don't look at this. Don't label it. Because I said, my life's over. I can't do this. I'm 260. I'm never going to be able to lose weight. He's like, you don't know this, right? Just do what you can, right?
Man.
Maximize what you can. Live this life while you can. He was saying the same thing Ram Dass was saying when Ram Dass would say, be here now. It's that same extension of mindfulness. So, right now, I think the entire turning point and connecting further even with you is just an awareness for people as we're coming into our own to be more mindful of these blessings. And I just think that that's what happened in my life. It was just fierce grace and my ability to see this as, okay, clearly I was set on this path to learn about wellness, cannabis, all throughout my 20s. Right before I was diagnosed, I went to Hawaii in 2016, and I was able to study under the tutelage of a pioneer Chinese herbalist for us in Western America, and that is the amazing late great Bill Brevort, and he is the founder of East Earth Herbs. The man taught me so much when it comes to extraction and plant-based medicines, and he's the one who really also helped me say, okay, I see what you're doing with cannabis and plants, but I'm gonna tell you what we really need to learn more about are mushrooms. So it's like he kind of passed the baton to me in a lot of ways. I feel like,
oh heck yeah,
just learning more and, you know, like giving what I can to to kind of relieve the stigma of mycophobia, you know, because that also exists too. Like, what are mushrooms, you know? And Paul Stamets really does a great job with that. But just trying to, you know, change that conception of what these things can also do for us, like cannabis. But, you know, I just allowed that to happen for me. And I had learned so much in Hawaii through him. I had also worked with a wonderful man named Kim Nakamura, Ki'i, who was an amazing native to Hawaii, who was also just a natural herb doctor, if you will, for his community and be on the Big Island. He's also gone too. They both have passed away the last couple of years. So, you know, all of that happened before I was diagnosed. You know,
that's why they passed the baton to you, though.
Thank you. You know, so I had this amazing 20s, you know, working in the music industry, learning, trying to figure out this thing with my chronic pain, learning about Chinese medicine, all this kind of stuff. And then I was diagnosed, and I was like, oh, well, oh yeah, let me just find someone who can make cannabis oil, and let me mix that up with this Chinese stuff that I know, and maybe I could do something. And let me tell you,
gosh.
I was diagnosed in the fall of 2016. My largest tumor was the size of a golf ball. After taking cannabis oil and some Chinese herbs, primarily chaga mushrooms, some cordyceps, I shrunk that down to pretty much the size of a marble. Okay? This is real. This is real. Oh
my gosh. I know, what the heck happened? This is so real. They're like stopping us. They're like, don't tell them the truth. Hold on. It's going to catch up. Just give it a second. Hold on, you guys. Let me know when you can hear us. Can you hear me? Oh my God, what's going on? This is freaking strange. Can you, okay, you guys, let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Okay, so, yeah, that is, wow. Okay, you guys can all hear me, but we can't hear Rashon. Rashon? All right, I'm going to do this again. Give me.
We're talking about too much plant medicine. Instagram's not very happy with us. Sorry, guys. We're just speaking the truth out there. And Sean's about to share his story of how he took his ancient Eastern medicine blend and mixed it with, I think it was CBD that he was saying. So we'll just and see what happens with his magical blend that he learned from his mentors and how he created MICOPEIA, his brand that you see today out of Michigan. So we'll just wait.
Hey, are we there?
Wild! Yes, we're here.
Yeah. Of course it's going to drop right then, right? Drop right then, right? Come on. But yeah.
I'm not even surprised anymore.
Come on. But literally, I was able to take, and it was a cannabis oil blend that my buddy together for me, and it was Gorilla Glue #4, Green Kush, formerly known as Green Crack, but you know, we're trying to change the name of that, right? But Green Kush, as well as Cannatonic #4.
Ooh, I love Cannatonic.
All three of those.
Oh my God, it's happening again.
Right, and then put all of them into, you know, some Everclear, made a tincture out of that, and then I reduced that down to the oil, and that's what I was taking. In addition, I like to make sure I tell folks about this. Those, you know, cannabis oil, in addition to chaga mushrooms as a tea and tincture, as well as cordyceps mushrooms. And then you also want to kind of primarily also look at your diet, removing a lot of things that, you know, are associated with cancers and such. But however, I do want to share schwannomatosis, neurofibromatosis. These are non-malignant. So I do not have cancer. You know, I live with these tumors, but I'm okay. They're benign. So, you know, I'm very blessed. You know, there's a lot of folks out there. And I never thought I would be an advocate for schwannomatosis. I was just diagnosed a couple of years ago, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, but now I am. So, you know, and I know that there's a lot of folks that are, not doing nearly as well as I am. So I'm happy to share this news.
Oh my God.
Thank you very much.
Such awareness, Rashon. Seriously, I'm putting your name back
Thank
up
you.
right now so everybody can follow you. You guys, those of you that are
Thank
coming
you.
in right now and joining us for the first time, this is Rashon Massey. He's
Up, y'all, this
of MICOPEIA. So I'm going to get that on there. I'm going to spell it right this time so we can get it right the first time. EIA. Perfect. All right. That's wonderful. All right. Give me 1 second, you guys. Thank you so much for waiting. And if any of you have questions, please feel free to ask along the way.
Yeah,
if we can't answer
please.
while he's talking, we'll scroll back, we'll answer, and all that good stuff. So,
Oh yeah.
okay, so
For sure.
music industry, you hadn't quite made the medicine yet, but you were making your own tinctures for yourself. This is all self-medication at this point, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The entire journey was self-medication, and then when I finally went to my doctor, because I was getting tests, throughout my 20s, they couldn't really tell me what was going on, but once I really had some definitive things, I was like, okay, we got to look at this. And we found out what was going on. They were very much supportive. I'm not going to lie. The doctors that I found that said, all right, well, if this is what you're doing and it helps relieve the inflammation, and we know that inflammation makes tumors worse, well, keep doing that. And then when I came back in 6-7 months, and then I said, hey, I've also been using cannabis oil, they'll get upset at me. And they're like, hey, I want to put this on your medical records. I said, thank you for putting these on my medical records, that I'm also taking cannabis oil, and that's contributing to the benefit, because every little step helps.
Research, yes,
right?
that's partial research.
Come on,
Yep.
So yeah, it was completely this entire journey has been kind of self-guided, but it's not really fair because, lights passed on. You know what I mean? So, it hasn't been self-guided now. No, I just look at myself as another contributor along this narrative. You know what I'm saying? Like yourself, right? We found the benefits. You know what I mean? We were once heavy drinkers.
Yes.
Oh
my God.
Living a life, girl.
Too much.
So,
this is my repercussions. Now I have to give back for all the times that I've did bad. This is it.
Yes. So,
Repent.
So it's all a part of that, you know what I mean? And, and I also want to speak just real quick directly to you.
Please.
I understand what you're saying, about, family earlier. I saw that post. And for those that are dealing with those kind of issues, I always like to give this comparison when it's to the cannabis community, that I think a lot of folks see us on the outside end, and what they really see is kind of almost like a sports analogy. You know what I mean? Of a person who's not into sports at all, but then they see a cheesehead in Wisconsin. You know what I mean? It's like, God, what is that? It's almost alarming if you went to tailgating and that's not your world. And you know what? I don't really need this. I don't really want to be associated with that, So because of that, and then we also have this legality thing that's going on with it, although more and more people are understanding, oh, well, it was once legal. We once had a thriving industry with hemp in America, So that's a part of it, So I just remember that, and hopefully that can give a little bit of encouragement. And at the same time, how many people are compassionate, athletic world that are, sit down with you and tell you, and they can communicate about, anything from whether it's sports, racing, or whether it's boxing, and you don't feel threatened by it, but you find a way. So just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Every little bit helps. And that mindfulness and that awareness that you're doing, I think is just the biggest thing. And on top of that, women, this is you. This is your time, okay? Don't let anyone tell you different. All right? These movements, they're not separate. This is all the same movement. They're trying to categorize this, okay? This is a time where women and us putting the woman back to the top of consciousness, huh? All right, and that's what this is about. So I think also a part of that are just women getting into the industry, women doing more, women creating more brands. Shout out to Empress Karen Rose out of New York, who's a wonderful Black herbalist, doing amazing things for people of color herbalists.
Oh my God, give me her name so I can give her a shout out on.
Yes,
What's
Empress
her name?
Karen Rose, I believe it's
Empress
her
Karen
name
Rose
on Instagram. Empress
Okay.
Rose, New York Times herbalist, the New York Times herbalist, one of those featured herbalists, who's just featured again Essence magazine. Amazing.
Oh, I love
Are we still
this.
connected?
Oh my gosh, hold on with this crazy camera stuff right now. Wow. Okay, hold on. Let's make sure it works. Again? Oh my God. Hold on 1 second. One more.
People are going to think I'm fucking nuts, but I seriously want to finish this so badly. It's not my fault. It's like, I can't think about what it could possibly be. I mean, my phone has always worked in my house. I don't know. I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm going for it. I want to hear this story. If you guys don't come in, I don't give a fuck. I just want to listen to this story myself. I am invested. I'm going to invite him in right now. All right, let's.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. I don't know what else to say. Hi. Okay, I hear
Oh my
audio.
gosh, I just heard you. That was so
Okay.
funny. I agree. It's technology. It's no one's fault. You know, it'd be like that.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like, it happens. You know, it happens. Thank you guys just for sticking with it and, you know, want to hear this. You know, and thank you, Jay. You know,
We're
obviously.
all so committed right now.
I appreciate that.
I'm seeing
But yeah,
some of the
you know,
same names at this point. There's like some, we are all here in this story together.
that is what's up. That come on, people. That's what's up. I appreciate love.
We're all here. We're all here for all of this.
Thank you.
Okay. So, from marketing to creating your own brand to working with Big Sean to creating your own nonprofit. How does your family feel about all this?
Oh, they're pretty great. They're
Okay,
pretty
cool.
great and supportive. There's a moment in 2008 when I was working at a radio station, 89.1 WEMU. It's a NPR affiliate.
Oh my God, that's badass!
You know, of course, I was on the radio.
I was just gonna say, this is why you're doing such a great job. We're like,
you know, I mean, I was a theater major. You know, come on, like this is
it
all comes
shows.
together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know, what was the question again? How my family
Parents,
feels.
supportive,
You know,
blah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. You know, like when I had that job, I was also working at a pizza place. I was also starting my own thing in the music business. I was doing a lot. And it got to the point where my chronic pain and my physical ailments, I just couldn't do those things. You know, so when my life literally had to change, like I was like, okay, I gotta like quit this job and I have to move back home. You know, at college, you know, I was early mid-20s, and I had to go back home because there were days where I would just be laid up. You know, like I can't do anything, you know, and it still can happen, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, like, but this is just real, you know, so my family saw, and they've been aware, and they've always been encouraging of the things that I do. Mm-hmm. But the moment that they also saw, outside of me just kind of using it to stop the chronic pain and get through the days, but okay, this journey with wellness, he's losing weight, he's adopting, and let me tell you, I want to say this, and I hope it doesn't cut out. Because of this, my mom is now teaching Tai Chi. What? Like, seriously. Several years ago, she's living a stressful life. She retires from her job. She gets involved at her local YMCA. I get involved over there, and next thing you know, she's now an instructor. My dad went from like 300 something pounds to now like under 200, you know, and he looks amazing and super healthy. And now he's, you know, trying to encourage his brothers and sisters. So it's like, you know, sometimes it might be you and your family that changes everything, you know, and I saw this, you know, I really did see how me making these choices for myself and helping others, and my parents just going, okay, well, maybe I could do this, maybe I can, and just my encouragement, you know, and shit. And and one thing, you know, we can't be bullies about it. You know what I'm saying? We can't be like smoking up in people and say, hey, come on, you got to hit with this. Come on, you want to hit this? Like, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work like that. But what it does work like is, girl, how are you getting through, mom? Like, I see you out here. Your kids are going, you're doing well. Your communities, what are you doing? I'm taking the edge off and I'm not stressing. You know, I'm helping some of that post-traumatic stress that I have and some of that present stress. You know, that like, present, there you go. So you let's also acknowledge that.
Damn,
you know
can we talk about that?
So, you know,
no one's ever said that term before, but I fucking felt it.
Yeah, that's real. Like, there's post-traumatic and present traumatic stress. So, you know, we're living with these things. So, you know, just remember that, you know what I mean? Like, it might not always necessarily be us blowing in someone's face, but it's just, you know, I don't want to get too spiritual because I can go from You know, you can get inspiration from anywhere, but go forth and let your light so shine. Others will know. Just keep doing you. You know what I mean? We got to respect when other people say some things. And the one thing we got to do is communicate how we feel to others. Like, yo, like, I'm a little offended that you're treating me a certain type of way because I'm choosing to live my life in a legal manner. You know, we have to, you know, make sure that we are able to express ourselves too. You know, like, okay, like, so I say that, you know what I mean? You know,
I needed to hear that so badly.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, straighten me out.
Yes, for sure, for sure, for sure.
So, do you get a lot of messages in regards to your journey? What do people ask you the most? 'Cause I'm sure people ask you questions along the way.
You know, it's the main kind of question I get. I think it's just like old wellness questions, like how do I feel better? You know what I mean? Like folks typically see me like what are you doing? You know, or like folks, if I knew them in the past, like, gosh, I see you. You keep the growth and things like that. And like the biggest thing I always say is like drink more water, because you know you only, it's like bit by bit. You know what I mean? It's like you can't overwhelm folks with like change. You know, like well, what you got to do is this, bro. Are you ready for this? Like it just flow. You can't do that. You know, but just little by little, you know, you can easily say like drink more water. You know, be more mindful of the food that you eat, and then allow yourself to kind of do days on and days off with food. And that's like the biggest thing that I'm asked constantly. Like, what did you do? It's always like weight related things and for pain related things. Like, what are you doing? How can I do that? It's dietary. A lot of us, and you know, foods react different for so many of us. So, you know, I always
this
just
is
say,
such good advice. Yes.
Yeah, you know, like starting there, because otherwise, you know, it's me. So you really want to know? You know, it's like that just
open up the floodgates. Yeah.
You know, thank you. You know, so it doesn't really work like that. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. And then like with cannabis, you know, the biggest thing that I'm hearing right now, like, does CBD work? Is CBD effective? You know, like that's like a huge.
Oh my God! Not if you buy it from the mall, but
come on, yeah, but no, seriously, you know, and like that's the biggest thing. And the first thing that I like telling people are just two very important legal things, and that's the fact that hemp and medical marijuana, recreational marijuana are the same thing. They just have a legal distinction and a difference of just the THC factor. And that's so important because we got to stop trying to put down CBD that's derived, or cannabinoids that are derived from industrial hemp. No, it's a legal distinction that we've given it.
Yeah,
both legally recognized that cannabis sativa.
It fucking
the
feels
second
good.
Thing, thank you. And then the second thing, like, does CBD work? Does that calcium supplement work after one day? CBD is like a supplement. So if we just tell people and communicate that, and I really adopted that. Shout out to Utopia Gardens in Detroit, Michigan. Worked at that dispensary, Detroit's #1 dispensary. Shout out to the Carters. Love you guys for life.
Oh, I love these shout outs.
But hey, you know, if I have seen further, I've stood on the shoulders. You know, Sir Isaac Newton said, I believe. But you know what I mean? Just if we can look at CBD in that way and just kind of communicate that, like that gummy bear multivitamin, that the osteo complex that you're taking for your bones is not going to really hit you after a day or two, but a week or something, you might notice some relief in your arthritis. So that's how we want to treat CBD. And then beyond that, just like we want to treat our foods, know where it comes from. And that's like the next thing I think in education. And that goes with our food, that goes with our water, that huge mindfulness dialogue. So that's where, just like my mentor said, cannabis is exciting, but this is a larger conversation. And that's why I'm excited, because that's when we get there, it's a conversation that says, let's put women first, let's put mindfulness first, let's put, you know, families first, you know.
Our families first. You know. Seriously, you guys, it's up to us to influence our boomer parents to go plant-based. Elevated Rose, you're on here right now. You have helped your father go to cannabis as well. Feel free to chime in on this. If there's anybody else out there that's listening and you've helped your family members that are older, or your geriatric family members on your journey to cannabis, please, you know, give us some advice for those that are watching that don't know how to start that conversation, that would like to start that conversation with their parents. And it's so different. You know, we had that conversation at 18 about cannabis with our parents. Now we have to have the conversation now at like what, 28, 38, 48 with our parents, because you know, it's important. It's just as important. It's just got to be a different dialogue, and you need to know your parents, understand that their best approach is just like your kids. You know, your best children's approach. you'll know your best parent's approach as well. So, and yes,
You
and
know,
it's helped your lupus too.
when I was studying in Hawaii, I had some folks come through, and I don't want to like put people's names out there, but I still talk. They're still, I still hook them up with some herbal wellness. When they need it, like I got a little cough, got a pain in my back, I whip them up a little salve. But I met them. They had looked everywhere for something for their son. A war, God bless him. He's one of our veterans here in America and living with PTSD. So I was able to recommend to them some kava, right? And through that kava, they were able to take the kava back to their son. Really help them out with the anxiety. If anyone is dealing with issues like that, and you're not having any trouble with alcoholism or your liver, really look into kava, right? Because that could really maybe help out with the anxiety, really relieving some of the nerve tension. That's Kava. You might see it sold in tinctures. That's Kava, kava, spelled twice.
Yeah.
But the Hawaiian spelling is AWA, AWA. I was able to recommend that to them. Then I linked up with them again when I got back to Michigan after working in Hawaii and studying over there. And once I connected with them, they said, hey, can you help us out with some CBD? Because, her mom, who is now 90 years old, Alzheimer's, we really like to, any kind of assistance. I swear, like I said, this was like, the earlier stuff. This is all like in that first 2 months when I got back, before I even found out that I was able to reduce the size of my tumor and really help out with those symptoms associated with that. Their mom, in 3 months, went from not communicating at all with the assistants and nurses aides that she had to talking back. Her husband's I can't get her to be quiet, in a funny way. And they made sure that I was able to actually meet her, you know what I mean? And we actually linked up, and it was just a beautiful moment of seeing a woman, from one that's just not really responsive to, at least being able to say, leave me alone. I get, you know what I mean? That was that's amazing, right? It's amazing.
Oh, I'm so blown away and touched by this. Yes.
This is real. But as you know, Jay, this isn't just cannabis. This is also mushroom, a huge world that we still don't know anything about, y'all. And a ton of other plant-based wellness. Cannabis works so many other things, and quality to things. So if I could pass on some knowledge for those that maybe already know about this kind of stuff, and what's something you can give me? There's a musicality to things that I find. Notes. Those are the terpenes. Find the notes that sing with other herbs. You know what I mean? And when you find that, and especially when you find that for yourself, you're really going to find wellness that really benefits you. You know what I mean? You're really going to find other herbs and things like that that could complement who you are. Just like you found a strain that really helps you out. Look into what the terpene profile for that is. Go to Leafly. You can maybe find that out typically and things like that. So I just think, that's just something easy that we can to take our wellness journey to the next step if we're also open to incorporating some other herbs, because it's out here. So appreciative of you, Jay, that's aware of that, that's talking. This is overall wellness, mindfulness of what I'm putting in the body and the environment around me and what's happening in that environment, right? So, yeah.
Gosh, do you do a lot of lives? You're really, really exceptional at this. I'm so impressed.
No. I think this is my first one. It's the first live I've done.
Oh my God.
Maybe my first one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm just crossing out the topics that we've already covered. Just give me a second.
Sure.
It's so weird. It's like you've already it's like you saw my list. I wanted you to do shout outs. I wanted you to give advice. I wanted to talk about Ram Dass. It's like you fucking read my paper. It's kind of cool, creepy cool.
Well, it's not, well, hold on.
It's the 5D. We're in the 5D.
But thank you. You know what I mean? Not the 5G, but the 5D. You know what I mean? But seriously, that's just universal consciousness. I really believe that's just an awareness. And,
Awesome.
as, just everything can really kind of be, broken down to sound, vibration. And as you kind of move, you're vibrating literally at a higher, so these are that are on our minds. These are the things that are important to us. These are the things that are touching our heart that we're sharing and we're finding and connecting with more. So I appreciate you saying that, because that's just affirmation towards all this rhetoric and jargon that I'm speaking all day. My little soapbox preacher self, Dennis, it's a hot town. Okay, so there's some folks out there. Like I said, this is like the first one, so you know.
Oh my
So,
God,
yeah,
you're gonna have a whole fan base now. Everyone's gonna go leave me and go watch your lives now. It's gonna be great.
no, don't do that. Don't do that. Women know best. Moms know best. Don't you ever forget that.
Oh my God, I love
your
your love for your mom.
Years. As she knows, I've been following her for several years, supporting, watching her. I've been watching her grow, watching how she's had to navigate. Yeah, like she really, you really took a lot of hits that I didn't have to, hands down. So let's just be real. Can you?
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Of course the audio goes out after that. Oh my God. Oh, come on. Oh, well. Oh my God. Okay. One more time. One more time.
I mean, technically, we still have 20 minutes until the hour is up. So I'm just going to keep doing this until it hits 1 p.m. And then we'll just go from there. And those of you that keep coming back to this, heck yes, he is so entertaining and so wonderful and so worth all of this fuss, I believe. You know, sometimes you have to dig really deep for the good stuff in life. And the great conversation, you guys. Thank you so much for keeping up with the conversations today. I hope he has it in him to give us one more chance. It is, his voice is like butter. I do agree. Oh my gosh. You guys are all loving it as much as I am. I'm so happy right now. Hi from South Florida, Bob. Oh my gosh. Good to see you. It's been a while. All right. Here we are with audio.
This is like the best community ever. Like, talking when I shut up and like read these comments. You guys are hilarious, amazing, incredibly encouraging, and I really appreciate this love. Like, yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up, y'all. It really is.
Yeah,
really is.
I've been really blessed to not have a bullying community. I was asked that on a live or on a podcast a couple weeks ago, and they're like, "Oh, how do you deal with bullying?" I was like, "I really haven't had to deal with much bullying. Like one or two instances. The rest have been my family, but you know, that's expected."
Isn't that something? Your own. Be your own kind.
It always is. It always is.
Got me.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Someone just said I'm late, but I'm here. You're not late. Everyone's perfect. This is just wonderful. Seriously. And yes, I do agree.
Yeah.
You should be considered doing a weekly live of your own. Honestly, this has been a very fast 40 minutes, and I definitely want to get you in for the last 20 if you still have it in you. Otherwise, if you got to go, I understand.
I ain't gotta go nowhere.
Okay.
I don't have to go anywhere. So long as this lighting holds up. Let me tell you, that's the actor in me. And God, you know, so long as the lighting holds up.
He's in a studio, you guys. He's not outside right now. He's created a fake stuff.
You know, you don't want to see these things after midnight. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, with a club light at 2 a.m.
We're all vampires, yes. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. You are highly entertaining. Oh my gosh. Yes, it is the golden hour. Wait, you're in Michigan, right? Yeah. My dad is a big Wolverine. Right now? Are you in Michigan right now?
No, I'm not. That's a great question. Yeah.
That is a great question. Fuck. I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to ask this.
I live in Michigan. Yeah, I live in Michigan. I'm Detroit based, but right now, you know, I'm on the next, you know what I'm saying? So MICOPEIA is doing a great thing right now. MICOPEIA is really taking a huge step, as well as myself, this month and onward, really being out there as a cannabis advocate. So I'm actually releasing a Cannabis 101 documentary kind of series and things. So we're going to continue to explore more of this in wellness. But right now, it's important that I also allow myself to continue to grow. So because of the laws in Denver, Colorado, is also helping out production. And I can also do things with mushrooms and really expand and build my relationships in this community.
This makes
here. So MICOPEIA is growing. I'm back and forth. I'm jet setting y'all between Detroit and Denver, the D and the D, the Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my gosh, you have the best of both worlds.
That's a great question. And I think one of my best friends that I've known since the 8th grade, a soul brother, a companion in writing who's helping with a lot of the educational material that's going to be released through MICOPEIA this year and ongoing, who has just got my back. And I said, yo, I really need to start getting out there to Denver and building on this. So even in the coming months, you're going to see the clandestine chemistry setup of like new things that I'm working on, new products, taking tinctures to the next level, not just giving a double extraction tincture, but triple extraction and even spagyrics, which moves more further into alchemy and things like that. So I'm excited.
Oh
I'm
my
excited
gosh. Oh my
work
gosh.
with
Oh my
Ivan
gosh.
and stuff. Yeah, Colorado's also where it's at too, y'all. It really is. It really is.
Well, I haven't spoken to you soon yet because things are still in the talks, but I might be out there next month. We will see.
Well, I will see you then.
All right. Well, I don't think like it's already happening. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, if you come through, you know what I mean? Like, come on, you know, if you're going to put it out there, I would definitely see you. I would definitely see you. It would be an honor. That's
What part of, I would be, I think, by the Boulder area. What part are you near? No! Oh my God. All right, you guys. We have about 10 minutes.
I'm going to just do this more often because the more I get cut off, the more of you come back on every single time. So I'm just going to keep cutting my series up in a 20-minute slot. So you guys will be more motivated to watch. That's the ticket. Okay. Here he is with audio.
Give me that audio. At least you all have a great sense of humor about it. Come on. Stoners are the best. I said the S word. Gotta be careful with that S word.
This is not wine.
No!
This is
Oh,
not
wait.
wine.
There it is.
This is
Okay.
some of MICOPEIA's new delicious immune booster. All right. Keep my health together. You know, just get my daily drink of MICOPEIA's delicious immune booster. Made it myself.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Is this going to be for sale?
yeah. I made a nice small batch of it. Just finished it up. There's a group of folks that are part of the MICOPEIA Tea, Herbs, Mushrooms Club. So like every month I send like a limited edition formulation out in a tea, you know, and then some additional information just to their email so they can learn more about the herbs.
Oh my God.
You know.
Wait, can other people
So,
sign up for this?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody's anyone except MICOPEIA.
What if I
And,
can I put this in my
this
stories for
here-
other people to sign up if they wanted to join, or is this like super exclusive?
No, your stories and people
Okay.
Like, it's just a fun thing. You know?
Okay, do they
So
DM
folk,
you, or is
for
there
us
like a hidden Instagram? Like, how does this work?
You can literally just go to MICOPEIA.com or MICOPEIA and
Yeah.
just sign up for this month's Tea, Herbs, Mushrooms, and Mindfulness Club.
Oh my God. I'll
herb
put
of
the
the
sign
month
up in
is
there.
Cannabis
Okay.
sativa. So everyone is getting a tea blend. I call it MICOPEIA's Elderflower and Friends tea. So that has 11% cherry hemp flower in it, elderflower. What else is in there? Some ginger root, as well as there's another note that is escaping me right now. And then the formulation for this month, everyone's going to be receiving 8 ounces of MICOPEIA's delicious immune booster, y'all. 5 different mushrooms in here, all
Holy
sustainably
shit.
wild harvested, grown in America. I know these families who are growing those, all right? Okay, this is as good as it's, okay? Out of Oregon, California, and Michigan, chaga mushrooms, turkey tail, reishi, huh? What y'all know about these mushrooms? Lion's mane and cordyceps, right? So we have that blend. And then on top of that, elderberries, elderflower, orange peel, echinacea, stop it, cinnamon, a Chinese herb known as andrographis. Are those rounding out the flavor and the notes in this because it's really amazing, but it's really helping us our inflammation, our immune system support, and respiratory health. So in the club, we kind of go more into that and information and geek out about that and learn about how these actually work, and then the traditional Chinese medicine way of using them and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just, I gotta talk about this with somebody. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
I gotta talk about this.
Oh my God. California needs you.
Yep.
Seriously. Once you take care of.
I will come out to California.
We don't have enough of that. We need more pizzazz with our
I will come out
mushrooms.
to California. We will talk some story. I will come out there, talk some story, lift up some people, and encourage their journey on wellness. Yeah. Come on. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. Genuinely.
It is. It is. This is exactly what it's about. Okay, I have a question I've actually
Yeah.
wanted to know for a while, and forgive me if I don't know this. What does MICOPEIA mean? How'd you get the name?
My, yeah, actually, it really was a magical moment because Michigan Pharmacopeia, when it initially started, Michigan Pharmacopeia, after I was diagnosed, like the moment I was diagnosed, it was like more of an aha moment because like I already knew what to do. It's like, oh, you have a tumor? Oh, well, I know that cannabis oil, I heard, shrinks tumors. And my buddy grows award-winning cannabis. Maybe he can make some oil for me. I know these herbs also work with inflammation and tumors. So it was like a no-brainer. So that's why I was able to do so much in 7 months for myself. So Michigan Pharmacopeia was just a way for me to meet other people, like create a community, a support community, exactly what you've done. But, you know, like it's just hard with Instagram and things like that, you know, and social media. So started that Michigan Pharmacopeia, but then people were like, okay, we want the products, bro. All right, the information is nice, you know what I mean? We'll use the encouragement, but you know, what's the treatment, sis? They say, you know, what's the prayer?
Everybody always wants to
The
know.
products are more people. You know what I mean? That grew, and then I was like, I got to come up with a name for the product. It's just MI Michigan, and then in a pharmacopeia, copia. So MICOPEIA. So that's what that's literally the name. It came from Michigan Pharmacopeia, Michael. So it literally
That is freaking brilliant.
maybe a
Oh
Michigan
my
gosh. It's a continuation, you know.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah. So
Great.
I'm really excited.
Okay.
Michigan Pharmacopeia, right, and the support that has grown was really able to support me creating the Cannabis 101 documentary that I have going on right now. The first part was just put up yesterday on YouTube, so you can check that out. But MichiganPharmacopeia.com will always remain a support community, and I could put out education, all this stuff that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Because like MICOPEIA, those are products. You know, people got to know about things. People got to stay inspired. We have to stay connected. We have to so. It's an education
hell
platform,
yeah.
and then MICOPEIA, I can always make these cool formulations like this delicious immune booster.
Yeah, I think that's so great that you shared that with us today. I'm going to definitely put plugs
So,
for your.
yeah.
It's brilliant. Yeah. I'm still here. Are you guys caught up? Okay. Can everybody hear us? You guys are all right. I think we're good. I think we're okay. People are still coming in, so I think that's good. We're getting a little heart still. Okay, good. Everyone can hear us. Okay, so that's what you pretty much talked about what you're excited before, but if there's anything else that we missed, like please feel free to share anything else you're looking forward to in 2020.
You know, more of this. You know, I feel like this journey, especially from living with chronic pain and watching you, I started like Michigan Pharmacopeia. I was like, I need to find more friends, you know, like I need to find, and then like I found you, you know, like, and so many people. So I'm looking forward to more of this. You know, I've worked now as a cannabis professional. I'm a licensed, one of the first licensed hemp growers and process hand of Michigan. So that's really exciting. And I'm now also, you know, a cannabis professional. So, you know, I want to continue to meet more people. Treat yourself to wellness. That's a vehicle for education and sharing people's stories. So I want to do more of this. I want to share because I think that's the biggest thing that we can really do for advocacy is just share the light, not really beating people down with it. And I think, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to get repeated, but just more of that. That's what I'm looking forward to. So I really remain open. I don't really set resolutions or things like that. I make revelations. You know what I mean? And then
I like that. So you're like you can consult people with cannabis is what you're saying, correct?
Certainly, and just in general with wellness. If you go over to MICOPEIA.com, you can actually see you can schedule a consultation or whatever. I don't charge for that. Okay. So just hit me up. We'll schedule that. We'll talk. You know what I mean? I'll give my recommendations. Okay. You know what I mean? I want you to do the research on the things that I recommend to you. If these are herbs that you want to incorporate into your wellness. If you have a doctor that you're working with, hey, maybe pass this by to them. If they're in the cannabis or other plant-based wellness and things like that I could recommend. Come on. Really and then if there's something I could do for you, I'll whip them up, you know? But that's what it's about. And that's all that's on the website, MICOPEIA.com. So, yeah, definitely open to that.
Okay, sure. I'm going to share all of that. I'm going to follow the Empress Karen Rose. I'm going to share Michigan Pharmacopeia too, and I'm going to look into getting some kava in my life. And
Yes.
I'm just really excited for you and everything that you've done. And I'm so proud of you for following your heart and the plants calling, because I feel like the plants are calling to certain people for help. And that's why we are hearing the messages. There's some people that are just hearing it. That's what it's coming down to. And we're trusting what we're hearing. And thank you for spreading that.
You know, just look, because, you know, this vibe, you know, it's a whole vibe. You know how much I've rooted Jay. You know what it means. And I already sent you enough messages and just random, hey, keep it up. So thank
I
you very
know, you're the
much.
best.
I
Of
really
course.
do
I'm so
the
grateful.
building on the communication so we can continue to help others. You know what I mean? And enlighten and inspire everybody to do anything. They're helping themselves, but I can inspire other people themselves. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing nothing. Fact.
No, I think it's going to be really
Fact.
beneficial because I'm not a cannabis consultant, but I can refer you for people that are going to need you, because I know I'm going to need clients one day and they're going to be like, well, I need you to consult me. I need to have a team of people that I can give off. And I really think that you'd be a great addition to that pod. So
Yes.
really, really grateful to know you and have you in this space and keep you in my, keep me on that list. Of course, absolutely. If there's anything else you want to share, feel free. This is your time. Like, go for it. You have the platform. If not,
you know, the biggest thing that I would like to share and encourage everyone to do is, I know this sounds ridiculous, but you can do is help yourself by sitting down and just being grateful. I know it sucks. It's hard out there. There's a lot of bills. We got a lot of responsibilities. I can't imagine what you're going through. But I can encourage you that you've come a long way. There's been angels, support, however you want to call them, those things that have been on your side, and they're always going to be on your side. And just take a moment, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's a couple, even if you just park in your car before you go inside and deal with the kids that are running around and the husband that's doing the this and that.
oh. Okay. With that being said, this is the audio. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Oh, okay. He took off. I understand. I don't blame him unless he wants to try to get back on. Thank you guys so much. I saw a number of you in here through the entire hour repeatedly after we got kicked off from our audio. So it really means a lot that you stuck with this whole story. It was such a magical journey. He is such a light in this industry, and I can't wait to have him on again at the end of the year and see how far he's gone with his plant medicine journey, because I'm just so grateful for people like him that are taking the leap of faith onto those little pads. All right. Thank you so much for your feedback too. Stone Green Fox. Oh my God, I've been thinking about you. I haven't seen you in a million years. If you guys are curious about psilocybin, curious about just mindfulness, go take a look at our live. Rashon is such a wonderful person. He's healed a really unique, can't really call it a disease. I wouldn't say it, because it's just almost an invisible illness, a physical illness that he has to deal with. That's obviously very painful. And he really did the best he could with what he had, and has created these miracle tonics to help heal others with ancient wisdom from his friends after he studied in Hawaii. So really, really great to have him here in this space. And thank you all for joining me. I'm going to go actually. Thank you. Thank you. You know, listen, things that happen in life are so necessary. And this all, if you guys follow planets or any sort of astrology stuff right now, like, this is kind of in alignment with what's going on. So I'm not really surprised, you know, it's just, does it hurt? Yes. But does it surprise me? No. So, and the best thing out of all this is look at this amazing movement that we just created in like the past, like what, 7 hours it's been. So you guys have been so supportive and so phenomenal, and such a great reason why I even come out here and do this every single day, and what got me through all that pain and all that sadness to begin with in these 2.5 years, because I've been dealing with this for a long time. If you guys ever listen to my podcast, I lament all the time about how I lack support in my family, and I just did this all alone. So I'm starting to realize I haven't done this alone. I did this because of you guys, and I thank you and I appreciate you. And we're in this together. And I know we all come from families that are a little bit dysfunctional to some extent. So let's make the most of the one that we have virtually here and be so kind and supportive to one another. Silk Steel, you just joined me right now. You had a great event, probably one of the best I've ever attended, and I would drive double that to feel that sort of love again. So thank you so much for opening a space like this and cultivating something that made me believe in the industry when I was feeling kind of like disappointed in it. So thank you. You set the tone great for 2020, and thank you all for being here with me and always just giving me your love and support no matter what. And you know, the punches that I've gone through that Rashon was talking about are all worth it. You guys know this. It's always worth it. So, yeah. With that being said, I'm going to go kick some more ass at school. I'm a little behind because of what's been happening with my aunt's passing, but I feel like timing's always divine. And I'm feeling so high on life right now. I can't wait to learn more about mindfulness. I'll be thinking of all of you while I take these classes right now and finish off these next couple of days as I close out this semester. And I love you and I appreciate you guys. And yes, no testament without a test. Thank you, lover of light. Exactly. This just proves where my direction needs to stand. Because, you know, I was like, where do I need to go right now? Like, where is my brand? What's the Mommy Jane brand? Here it fucking is. It's advocacy. It's normalcy. It's showing that you can be a good mom and a good wife and a good human and a good neighbor and just good all around, and I'm here to prove it. So that's it. All right, you guys. So if you're feeling ready, go ahead and check out my post and come join us on the My Cannabis movement. Speak your fucking truth. Don't be afraid. No shame. With that being said, I'm gonna go smoke a fat motherfucking bowl. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see y'all soon. Thank you. You're all doing a great job. You're all awesome moms. You're all awesome people. Let's go smoke some fat fucking bowls and pat ourselves on the back. Bye, guys.